Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Using his legs, it's Hicks.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And the Cowboys have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Leaves it with the running back. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
The Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he'll step into the end zone. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys.
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Jones wants to throw it. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Bearcats decide to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Going to the running game. Shakes off the defender. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coaches, block those guys. Don't watch them tackle on guys.
Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Quickly to the tight end. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they cell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
And the Cowboys are on the move. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. With the catch, it's 4. And they're able to get him on the ground. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
I'll tell you, this running back, he's running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
The Cowboys will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against a different defense.
Might be looking to run. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
All right, that's a play that I'd like to see the quarterback just take off and run it himself. And I love his mindset. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to throw this. We're going to get this first down. I have a play, but sometimes you just got to know, man, at this point, I'm out here on the perimeter. It's just me and these defenders one-on-one. I've got to trust in my speed and my athleticism to go make this work.
And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
And I feel like the defense needed that stop. Are already giving up a touchdown, early in this football game. They put another drive together, but great job bowing up, getting that 3rd down stop, and hopefully forcing the field goal.
Right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. The away team has a slight lead. They play a fun brand of football. Let's see if they can close this one out. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to West Virginia. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward in a game that could shake up the CUSA race significantly.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Jones to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Off play action on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and and make him make a decision quick. It makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They just keep firing. He's going for a big play downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Rolling right and going deep. Makes a grab on the shot. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his man. It's 4. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Play action. Looking to buy time. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They're dealing with a second and long. They go to the ground. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Wants to throw. It's Collins. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. Pocket breaking down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
To the air on second down. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Might be calling a hot route. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Complete to the left. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. And the Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. On a little time, lets it go. Gets it out fast. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones wants to throw it. Steps away to find some room. It's complete. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Great job by the QB and the wide receiver understanding what they had to do to get a first down. I don't care about the completion. I don't care about getting a certain amount of yards. I got to get that first down so I get another set of downs so we can keep this drive alive.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Wade. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to keep it in the air. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Catch in the middle. It's Wade. They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's got it again. Got the first down and more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Bearcats pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll try it over the left side.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Jones to throw. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
On third down, going up top. Shoots it to the left. He's on it. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on first and goal. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They go right back to this guy on second and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Sam Houston looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks and a defense that looks disinterested. They're trailing by 17 to Tulsa. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Collins. Makes the catch. It's Brock. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do. But over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
He fires a bullet to the right. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Boy, and that might might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Got some room to run. He's at the and he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Cowboys!
I'll tell you what, as a DB, you're lucky if you get one pick six in your entire football life. This guy had one last game. He's got one this game. Quarterbacks are going to stop throwing his way.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Cowboys will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Jones wants to throw it. Working that left side now. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on that time, made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here they're trying to get to the edge. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Etheridge. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Bearcats have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. He makes the grab. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Wants to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. There he goes. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
The Bearcats getting set on 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Cincinnati! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
try to tack on one more. And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To the ground with the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Dropping back, it's Collins. Snagged out of the air. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
Give to the running back. Across the 45. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
And the Cowboys back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Takes the handoff. It's Hicks. Got the first down. He's still on his feet. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Starting to feel a little pressure. It's complete. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The cover.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones to throw. He's taking the shot. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important.
Catch and stride inside the 15. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the field, and you hit it, adding insult to injury to the opponent. That is a great play call.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. And the punishment has been extended.
I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I'll tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Jones wants to throw it. Quick completion on the out. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
That's reeled in. It's Boyd. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. The play action fake. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Complete to the right. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And for the second time, already got a hand on it, it's blocked. They will stop him short. Turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and how about this defense? They've been struggling all day long. You're in a huge deficit, and you finally come up and make a play, block a kick. Maybe this creates some momentum now for your offense, and maybe they can go bail you out and make this a ball game.
Jones to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open.
I know a lot of people don't like to prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Etheridge. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And he's thrown another interception. Looking for more room. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Pistols firing. Touchdown Cowboy. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Wants to go up top. Fires toward the end zone. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Oh, he's
as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good pack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. This one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to